You can be trained to be an electrician in 6 weeks now. The government
Yeah.
You know everything about electricity and basics of the universe and everything.
Yeah.
6 weeks is bargain, isn't it?
Yeah. That was good.
Best lesson I ever learned in my life was by my dad, who's an electrician. He said, always keep your left hand in your trouser pocket, he said. I said, why is that? He said, stick your left hand in your trouser pocket and finally bollocks, he said. Because if you ever touch anything with your right hand, he said, you're never going to die. You just get a nasty shock. He said, if your hand's touching something else, he said, you'd probably die. I thought, oh. So it's funny, every time I got to touch any electricity, anything electrical, I stick my hand in my pocket.
That's
a nice astuce.
It's quite sound advice, really.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah, because if you hurt yourself or something, you're fucked, isn't it?
I know. Well, he said the trouble is some people are left-handed, but of course, if you get a shock down your left arm, you stand a bigger chance of dying than it goes down your right arm because of the position of the heart, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But there we go. I'm still here to tell the tale, and I have stuck my finger in a few electrical sockets.
Yeah. So there's I've had loads, but you don't unless you're sitting in a bath of water or something. You're okay.
Yeah.
You get thrown back a bit, and then you go, oh, what the fuck was
that? Yeah. I mean,
not a pleasant feeling, but
I know when I was an electrician apprentice in Lindra that one of the guys there did something, and he did something on a bar. It was a DC current, and he was there for about 15 minutes before they found him.
You can't. I said it once. You must have just clamp up.
Yeah, and they just noticed all the lights were flickering, but
the eyeballs are spinning round, were they?
Yeah, well, he didn't survive. So.
No, imagine.
Yeah, he was.
I remember picking up an electrical fan once, and was polishing a surfboard in the living room, as you do. And my old man is always bringing stuff on from work. He had this big Expel Air heater fan where they didn't have a back on it. So I grabbed this, well, it was on, grabbed it, and my hand went inside. And of course, it must have been DC as part of the fan. And my hand all just clenched up like that. I threw myself, it just threw me across the room. Luckily, I hit the wall and dropped the fan out of my hand.
Lucky.
Yeah, my man's a stupid bugger.
Probably capacitor or something there.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s, when we were in the lifeguard hut in Langland, I was out surfing about 2 hours, and I came in. We wanted to make some soup, so it was only me and one other lifeguard there. I put the soup. We had the electric oven in those days there, and I put the soup in. I put a fork in to stir it. Must have touched the bottom, and a hell of a shock. And the fork went up the ceiling, stuck in the ceiling. I said, not touching that again.
Well, see, but you say that. What they used to, you probably remember this, Howard. They used to have that big kettle there, and they used to put the soup in the kettle.
Yeah.
Then when they got the electric kettle, they still did the same.
Put it straight on the element.
I liked your Uncle John when he used to make cups of tea for all the girls on the beach. That's his favourite phrase, when I always remember it. Come in for a cup of tea, girls.
Cup of tea, love. They were all police, most of them, so they didn't have many brains down there today.
And his hat, he always had the straw hat.
He always had his straw hat,
John Goss was down the other week with Jeff's paddle out.
Was he? Yeah, I didn't see him.
He's down up there. He's watching from the top there because he's still got pretty bad arthritis. He can't walk very far.
I was down on the beach, so I didn't see it. I didn't even see Paul Breedy down there, but he was there. So
he'll be down next week as well.
It wasn't any there.
There was about 50 paddled out, I suppose. About
that.
On the beach.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was a good crowd, really.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. There'd be a few hundred for Dave.
Yeah, and also we'll have a worldwide coverage because I got in touch with Go Alive with a webcam.
Oh yeah.
And he's okay to do it again like he did it with Johnny, but with a bit of luck, with a bit more precision this time,
Yeah.
Who runs that then?
Guy's called. Oh, I can't remember his name. Shit.
You got the apartment there, isn't he?
No, there's one who looks after it all, though, isn't there?
Yeah, I can't remember. Jay, is it? Hang on a second. I'll find it for you now.
No, send me his thing when you got it, Con. Because I'd like to know, like, I've got an ideal place for putting a webcam here on the top, and the one they got at Mumbles just shows a roof.
Yeah, that's right. Hmm.
Yeah, hang on. I'll find it for you now. What's his name?
I'll be I won't take the board out. I'll just about half a dozen of my swimmers want to swim out, so I'll be swimming out to the paddle out.
Oh, what's happened to it?
Oh, no, is that gone?
All being well,
No,
weather permitting, I'll fly my drone and take some
Yeah, yeah. And it's the last day of the lifeguard season as well.
What are you doing, Kim?
I'll take the drone out.
my
So
best.
the weather's up for it.
Have you been in touch with Vicky, Rob?
No, I haven't.
Sent.
I spoke a while, well, it was about 6 weeks ago. I've got a few text messages, but nothing.
Yeah, I messaged her last week. She said if there's anything she needs, she'd be in touch. I think she got everything.
Yeah,
His name is Lee Mike.
Lee Mike.
Not Lee Mike, but Lee.
Right, yeah.
And he's just confirmed it again. He's going to do his best.
Okay.
Oh, biscuits.
Just had a thought.
Everybody get their sunglasses in because fucking Randall and Opkerp's coming in.
All right.
Oh, right.
You made a dress down this week. Oh, he has.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Just had a thought, guys.
Just that
Whether
picture.
we as a group could get Vicky something.
Do?
Hey, what? Hi, Anne. Hi, Biscuit. All
Hey,
right.
biscuit, all right.
Hey, boys.
You
How
know,
we
from the
doing?
Silver Surface, as I don't know. Just
Yeah.
a thought.
Like what? Well,
I
what?
don't know. I did this. I got no
Just to
idea.
let
what
you know,
thought came to my
Biscuit,
mind.
I just before I came on now, and just looked on the Welsh Water Storm overflow. It's been continuously operating for 57 hours at Narbrock.
From the
Amazing.
cap in the sea.
Well, maybe we can
Non-stop.
give some to Vicky then.
You walk on.
We're talking about Vicky, giving Vicky something.
Oh, right,
We're
yeah.
talking about. So I said, well, maybe we can give her a couple of liters of water then.
Mm. I don't think she want that water.
No, I
No,
don't think so.
no.
No.
Mind you, I would imagine it's pretty clean by now, isn't it? It's got a good sort of sluice through all this rain.
Oh, bloody nightmare.
Yeah. The thing is, like, everybody's going on about, yeah, there's all this in the water, but it's nothing like as bad as it was. I mean, it's not really dangerous,
Well,
This is what it was.
To be honest, it's not really dangerous, is it? It hasn't got.
Well, I've had a few
It hasn't got
swimmers
cadmium. It hasn't got. It hasn't got zinc, lead, or radioactive isotopes in it. Like
I think there's a lot of people.
Like in the good old days,
I think there's a lot of people would disagree with you, Con.
Yeah, but they're Mimbies, aren't they? Come on. I mean, have you ever surfed with a dead sheep? I mean, it's great.
Yeah. But when you're swimming, when we're in for like 45 minutes out in the bay, and I've had a number of people who two people ended up in hospital in the last 8 months because of infection.
Oh, yeah?
They can't always pinpoint it to actually because they swim in other areas, but it's usually coincidental.
Might be a sort of a staph or something like that,
Yes, bacterial infection. Some of them have got low immunity, so they don't go in when it's slightest spell. But the population's increased a lot. There's a lot more rain and a lot more overflows. So I know we used to have it in the old days, but I think it's really bad at the moment.
Yeah. But
has
has anybody actually taken a sample of the water that is actually coming into the bay? Because to find out what exactly is in it.
The RNLI lifeguards are supposed to do it every couple of weeks. and the SAS said they would start doing it at Langland from October.
Right.
I'm in touch with Francesca O'Brien, a counsellor, and they're trying to organise a regular testing system.
Uh-huh. Because it would be interesting to find out what exactly is in the water.
Oh, because you want to know,
Yeah, yeah,
Conversation
I'd
with
love to
them,
know.
So would I, but with the COVID recently as well, that doesn't help.
Well, COVID gets fucking cold weather, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it does survive in the salt water. That's the problem, right? We don't
Isn't
know how long.
it?
I know Welsh Water won't test it. They don't test it, do they? And they've refused to
They're
test it.
supposed to.
They test it for something, but not for what we want them to test
No,
it for.
you need a medical bacterial test.
Yeah, well, this is it. This is it. Yeah.
But
That's what
I
was
think
looking for.
what you just said, Con, there's an element of truth, but I think back 40, 50 years ago, people had more immunity to these things. Because they were
Exactly.
brought up with it, whereas these days,
But
they
then,
don't.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's true that, Michael. But I think, but what happened was the things we used to get back then were much serious than a little stomach ache now, though.
Oh yeah, but it's still serious. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a bit like the Spanish bug, isn't it? Whatever that is, when you go to Spain, you get something there, or Greece, or wherever you go, you get something normally.
Yeah.
Because no,
I think it could be where there's a lot of less immunity to natural type attacks of diseases and stuff like
Well,
that.
it's because the world we live in is a more sterile world today to what we grew up in.
Yeah, like people these days don't drink out of hose pipes, do they?
Aye.
I do.
Huh? Huh?
And the thing is,
My
these
point
pathogens
is,
they're much stronger now than what they used to be. And
oh,
we've got very little resistance against them. There's no antibacterial sort of drugs you can take. They just, once you've got it, you've got it, and it's very
Yeah.
difficult to get rid of it.
On that mind, I know, like from having the motorhome, some people wouldn't use a garden hose for putting drinking water. We never drink the water that comes out of the van anyway, but some people wouldn't use, although it could be brand new, but they wouldn't use an ordinary yellow garden hose to put fresh water in their van.
Yeah.
They'll only use food grade hose pipes. And I don't understand the difference between, as long as it's brand new and it's not being used for anything else, what is the difference between a garden hose pipe and a food grade hose pipe?
Fungus.
How does it get fungus in
but
it?
they both gonna have it.
Bacterial things in the plastic, don't they?
I don't know.
Some
I think so,
plastics can harbor bacteria because the surfaces aren't as smooth as drinking water pipework. It's the
Oh, now we're
quality of the
getting
plastic, and the plastics leach out. Certain chemicals come out of the cheaper plastics, which aren't,
Well, now we're getting into rocket science.
Yeah, but for thousands of years, people were drinking all the pipes.
We were drinking out of ponds, muddy pond. Coming over for a drink. Yeah, I got a lovely muddy pond.
100 years ago, drinking out of lead pipes.
Yeah.
You
try and tell the younger generation that, and they'll never believe you.
Well, there's still people drinking out of lead pipes now, Howard.
Yeah.
Majority of them are still lead.
Yeah. There's still a lot of lead pipes in there.
Is there? I thought that they'd sort of replaced them.
No.
Well, they may have replaced the main ones, but I know for a fact that all the houses in Mount Pleasant have got a lead pipe from the stopcock to the house.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, brilliant, that is, isn't it?
You can get them changed. You have to pay for it to be changed.
That's never been changed because I only know that because I spent my 21st birthday up to my arms in muck and bullets, as they say, because our lead pipe cracked. So I had to dig up and get at the crack because there was just water was shooting out of it.
Isn't like digging down for a
Turn the
crack.
tap off.
Pardon?
Didn't you turn the stopcock off?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's turned the stopcock off to repair it, but until I wanted to repair, until I could repair it, it just had a leak.
Yeah. I know that you can tell the local authority or the Welsh water, you got a lead pipe, and they just say, yeah, we'll change it for you. It's like 300 or 400 quid.
Yeah.
You know, they put a new one in, obviously in a new house, but they wouldn't change an old one.
No.
Do they
no.
dig up to do that, or do they put one inside the other?
No, they dig out. They dig up. Some of the very old pipes will be an inch. They can get the new pipe in, but you know.
Because I was looking the other week, I think it was in Japan, they got this system where they can put a pipe in that's like a quarter of an inch through an extra pipe. And when it comes out the other side, it goes like, expands about half inch. It was
Yeah,
very,
they can-
very clever.
They did the gas pipes like that.
Do they?
Yeah, they can get the new gas pipe up the old gas pipe.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They got some clever stuff around these days.
There's stuff going on they don't know about, huh?
Yeah, but anyway, so just out of curiosity, do you know what's in the water now, Howard?
I don't. There's a number of there's E. coli, a lot of bacterial stuff, and COVID virus.
Right.
When we've got the runoff from all the ground and the sewage mixed. Who knows what's in there?
But
I'd love to know what's in there.
They did say though, and I don't know if it's true or not, the water board, that what they send out is not going through the final process, but it's good enough to put out without sort of infecting anybody. That's what I understood.
Sure.
I don't know. They didn't have any figures for it, so I don't know how they knew.
That isn't 100% true. The treated water, in theory, can go into the sea, but so much contaminated water is going in at the moment from the overflow from the surface water. They can't cope with the amount of water going through the system, so they just let it out.
But do you say that's surface water or?
No, it's surface water runs into the main drainage system.
Right.
And just overpowers it, and they just have to pump it out.
So surface water still got to go through the same process?
No, the surface water is separate than the foul water. But what happens is, if during storms you get excess rainwater being forced into the foul water pipes, and then that then surcharges the sewage systems and the treatment plants, and it can't cope with the extra water coming through.
So how does it get in there then?
And under pressure.
All right.
The ground pressure, plus a lot of the old drains, the early sort of turn of the century drains, are all connected to the foul.
Right.
Yeah, and the Welsh Water said if they don't do that, it backs up into people's private houses,
Well, that's a shame for all the people living in Langland Castle, isn't it?
Yeah. We're having a meeting. I've had a couple of emails from some woman, I can't remember her name now. She's the South Wales and West Rivers and Seas representative from Welsh Water, and they've noticed what we put up on various websites and places like I Love Langland, and they're getting a bit worried now, and they want to have a meeting to explain what they're going to do and what they are doing, along with Francesca O'Brien, councillor, and a few other representatives. So I think that's the next couple of weeks. So I'll keep you updated on that.
I found enough. I was talking to her the other day about this, and
yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw her. I didn't like to come over because there's a lot of crowd there.
All right, but they're not telling them anything really. They're not giving them any information. They just sort of giving them the old.
Well, I think they're getting a bit worried now.
Well, yeah.
The thing is, it's all going to be bullshit because they got no money. They cannot do anything. They can say what they like, but they won't do it.
Exactly.
But they must have money because they give loads away all the time.
Oh, well, look at Thames Water. They were giving billions out to the shareholders.
Yeah,
But I thought Welsh Water was a non-profit organisation.
it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
yes.
If you drill into it, it technically
Leak.
speaking, is non-for-profit. But what they do
Yeah.
is they pay their subcontractors a phenomenal amount of money,
Right.
over and above the going rate. So the money just gets siphoned off.
Hmm. No, I don't know. We
On a
do.
different,
we
of a
do.
different note, the update on the rescue chair is that the council have had one in storage. It needs a new wheel, and Francesca's trying to work with Peter Bynum from the council to get a new wheel. So next season there will be a rescue chair. The only issue is where are we going to store it? Tom John from the RNI is quite happy to have it stored in the lifeguard hut, but that'll only be available then between the lifeguard season. Not though
Is that Howard? Excuse me. Can you clarify that? Is that a rescue chair or is it an access for the handicap chair?
they've been calling it a rescue chair because some people don't like the term disability or
Oh God.
etc. But it's one of those with the big balloons, like the
Yeah,
ones
yeah, I know.
in
Yeah, I see what
Castle,
you mean. Yeah,
like the
right.
one in Castle.
So it's an handicap. It's a disability chair.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
But it does make it easier to get people off the beach.
Apparently.
yeah.
But,
Apparently.
I think it's a differentiate between a disability chair, which is just a chair, and a rescue chair, which has the round wheels on.
A dual purpose chair.
Well, round wheels, Mike. Every wheel's round.
Beach access chair, right? All right.
These have
Yeah.
big balls on them, don't they? If I remember.
Big cones.
Anyway, hopefully we get it sorted this year and get it for next season.
So what about the ramp?
Well, that's another issue. The engineer's got to look at the ramp. So, there's a couple of options about that.
Well, they can build a set of rails, couldn't they, and just point it in the general direction like a lifeboat,
when they've sorted out, when they've sorted out the ramp and they've sorted out where to keep the chair and what they're going to call it and all this business.
Yeah.
How are they who's gonna organize it so that when somebody turns up that wants to use it, that there's going to be somebody there available waiting for them?
Yeah, in the season there will hopefully be someone there. But what most beaches do is that they put a coded lock on it, and then anyone who wants it asks for the code. Either there's a key kept somewhere, or they rings up for a code. But the idea, the old council offices where Paul Carr used to dish out the tennis gear stuff. We wanted that, and Francesca told me that it's under tender from the council, so we won't be able to have it. So someone's going to buy it. I don't know what they're going to do. And
What's
then the
under
idea
tender?
was that Nigel will keep the key in the cafe because he's open 20, all year round.
Sorry, Howard.
What's going to be a case though that if I turned up now tomorrow and I want to go in the chair, would my family be satisfactorily trained to be able to take me in? Because if there wasn't a lifeguard available, because at the end of the day, they're lifeguards. This is an extra duty.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they didn't want the responsibility. Well, some beaches do a voluntary service, and others just rely on families to get the code and help their parents or whatever down onto the beach. So it's something else you've got to be sorted as well.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And if it's creating work for you, and then when as I say, all this stuff is sorted out and the chair is there, you've then got the go through all the hoops of who's trained and who's authorized to take the person in
we
the
have a
water.
meeting about that in a couple of weeks, but I put this very question up ages ago. So it's a matter of responsibility, really.
Yeah, because if there was an accident, God forbid that there was, it would be a case of, well, I took it for granted that he was trained to use it.
I think they got it covered down in. I've had a word with Surfability and Casual. Of course they're there all the time, really. It is much easier there, to be honest. But we'll have a word with the council as well. They said they'd help out in that, in insurance wise.
Yeah, and I laughed at that bloke's comment. You know that link to, because they've closed the path now between Limeslade and Rotherslade.
Yeah.
And that bloke's comment on, was it Swansea Bay Online or something? He had to act immediately once it was noticed that the path had, fallen into the sea, basically. And I thought this was highlighted last year.
Yeah.
It's taken like 18 months to act immediately.
Is this the
There's quite
same?
a lot of erosion there.
Because there was another one over at Langland on the other side, wasn't there?
Yes.
I think the one that was the obvious one was coming from Limeslade. Is that Lambswell they call it?
Well, yeah.
That little inlet thing.
Yeah.
As you come in from Limeslade, you're looking straight at it, and the cliff part, the edge of the cliff, is right next to the edge of the path.
It's not Lambswell, that's
No, it's further around.
There's one it's near Landswell. It's on the way into it.
It's just up the hill, isn't it?
yeah.
It's
Look,
close
two
to
or
the cave,
three
isn't
hundred
it?
yards
Cave.
further towards Limeslade, Biscuit, I think.
There's a cave underneath. I can't remember the name of the cave now, but
Yeah, as you come along the path, you come down a bit of a slope from the highest point, and then you can either turn right to go presumably to the top of Plunch Lane, or you carry on around the path, and it's just a couple of yards from there.
all right. Yeah.
That's the bit that I saw that looked dangerously close to the edge of the path.
There is another one between Langland and Caswell as well that was reported last year
Yeah.
that they were talking about doing.
Mhm.
But
Mike,
all that
what's happened there?
was con.
Right.
Right. It's sure, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's
that
the
looks
cave,
like
isn't
it.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all that. So they're going to be doing a path up here, sort of thing. Oh, they've already done one.
Yeah, that's another path.
That's the high. That's the high one. That is. That's the other one. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Because the bench is. Hang on. So I always forget what.
On the left there somewhere.
It's here, isn't it? The bench. Oh, here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it's here, isn't it? Or it might be this one here, perhaps.
I know there's a cave. That's the one. Yeah, it could be
That's
there.
been reinforced.
Yeah.
That has already.
Yeah.
But all behind it, you see, has fallen down, isn't it? Because the vegetation's gone.
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah, that's the old one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's the cliff, the old part here, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's not that one. Yeah, okay.
I'll be going next.
Right, well, I thought, I don't know. Anyway.
And with all this rain.
Yeah.
Waiting for those new houses they built to float away.
Well, they're all sinkholes there. They've load of sinkholes.
But apparently they've built them on.
Sure, isn't it?
Yeah. There's all Roman mines around there.
Yeah, but they float in, I believe. They built them on sort of floating.
Yeah, best of luck with that, Mike.
Whatever. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Kipper probably knows more about that than me. But
Yeah,
floating footings.
Yeah, well, the thing is, all that area's got huge fissures in the rocks. It's really bad, all that area.
Yeah.
Huge gaps in the cracks in the rocks. I don't know. Be very, very expensive foundations.
Sorry, can I go back, Howard? I did ask you, didn't hear me. what's up for grabs? Did you say when you were
What's that
talking?
now?
The old gardener's shed up in the car park.
Oh,
right.
sorry. Yeah, you know the old office under the shelter.
Right, I didn't think that was.
Well,
I
that's
thought
what
it was just-
the council have told Francesca when we asked about it. It's up for tender, and they're not allowing anything to be done with it until it's gone through.
I didn't. I see. I knew the St John's Ambulance Act was.
Yeah, see,
I
them been
thought-
used for
and the
like 20
toilet.
years.
And the toilets were, but I didn't think that was. I thought that
That's
was
right.
on a different bit of land.
Well, that's what they
Oh, the
said.
one on the tennis courts, not at the end of the tennis courts in the car park.
No, our old hut where we used to
The
change.
old on the prom
Oh, right, okay.
where Paul Henry plays his music.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the little car park hut, you know?
Oh, right.
Oh, no.
That hut is up for grabs, is it?
It's up to tender.
Not by itself.
What else
Oh,
goes
I
with
would
it then?
imagine all that
You can build a
area.
tidy little flat there, can you?
No,
Yeah.
Knock it down, like.
it's very complicated, Con, because all that area, they've sort of put it into one, but it wasn't one, because whoever builds whatever they build there has got to make public toilets and look after them.
Yeah.
So they've complicated it by doing
Well,
that.
they were in a
St.
hell of a
John's
state.
Ambulance.
Yeah.
That bank holiday, they were in a hell of a state for 3 or 4 days. I was down there every day swimming and with a group, and no one had cleaned them or done anything for 3 or 4 days.
No. I don't know.
Will you be filming next Sunday, Mike? Are you filming everything?
Kipper's going to take his drone up, I hope.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Nice one,
okay.
Kip.
should be.
You know the shots I want, the ones that you got last time, and try and put in a bigger battery in this time, yeah?
Well, it's not just the battery. It's, the last time I went down, it flew away. I thought I'd lost it. It came back about 20 minutes later. And I'd gone home.
a Russian attack.
Yeah.
If you got less than a minute, Con, I won't be coming back on. I got a few
Alright.
things to do.
Anybody,
Yeah.
you're coming back, are you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
come
be
back.
back on.
Great.
I'll see you,
Usually,
Mike.
Rigborough, it'll be 9 minutes. Well, pardon Howard, I cut you up, sorry.
I'll
I
see you
suppose Sam will come on
next
soon.
weekend, guys.
Yeah, you too,
Yeah.
man.
Back on Sunday night. All right.
Alright.
Is anybody
Well,
doing any music?
Say again.
Is anybody doing any music?
You say it was meet at 4 for a 4:30, is it?
Yeah. Meet at 4 and get it out as quickly as possible because it's high tide at 5.
Yeah, we'll be down there.
And it'll start sucking back out then after that, so people will start to get dragged out to sea.
Get on the lifeguard.